Good morning. This is John Bush. Yesterday, I did a day trip to Baltimore on the MARC train and took a cab over to the Sandtown area to revisit the area of the 2015 riots. Now, this first picture is West Baltimore on the same line before you go through the tunnels to get into Penn Station. And then there's a picture of the intersection of North Avenue, which is Route 1, and Pennsylvania Avenue. And that's where the CVS store that was burned is there. Um, and there's the CVS store all rebuilt. And there's the intersection. And there's some graffiti, another picture of the intersection. And this is a picture of a building on North Street. A couple blocks before you get to that intersection, you notice that a lot of the damage from the riots and broken, the buildings that have fallen and so forth. I don't. Some of the blight is still there. It hasn't really been fixed. And there's another picture of the CVS store. And I'll just there's me. I also did a couple of pictures of the did a couple of videos of the area. The people were quite lively. I guess you could say this is lived experience if you wanted. It was culturally not what I'm real used to. Um, I will say that the Friday, this had the riots happened at night in late April of 2015, and they were the result of Freddie Gray, a handicapped person, as I remember, his treatment by police. And there was no excuse for what police did. Earlier in August of 2014, there had been riots in Ferguson, Missouri, remember? And in that case, there had been aggravating contact by the suspects that complicated the police. There had been an altercation which complicated things for police. So the riot there seemed not to be, in some sense, the way I might think about it, is justified. As in my own mind, the Freddie Gray riot was the outrage in the Freddie Gray in Baltimore was maybe more justified, at least in my own mind, or my own opinion was. Someone I know, a journalist, was actually caught behind the lines that night. I remember that. He was okay, but I still remember that. But let me go back and look at just a couple of videos also. This is another in downtown, near the riot area from 2015. Taking a look at the Sony cameras, ZV cameras. And I'll go back and look at this one also. This is what the regular This is Sandtown. This is the CVS store that burned in 2015 riots, and the area, some of the surrounding area doesn't look a whole lot better than it did then. But this is what it looks like now. You can hear the conversations and so forth. Kind of difficult. But I had to walk. I was not able to buy a subway ticket to ride the Baltimore subway back to the State Center, which is much closer to Penn Station. The charm application didn't work, and this the thing, the cash, it didn't accept cash. It just didn't seem to work. So I walked a little bit more than a mile along North Street. It took about, and I stopped and ate the Burger King, and it took about half an hour to walk back to Penn Station, and I just rode home on the train. So it all turned out well. But I had lost some of those pictures that I had taken in 2015 with another visit, although some of them I've recovered and shown you before on the community page on YouTube. But I wanted to get some new pictures and see what the area looks like now. So that's what I did yesterday, is a little day trip. And I do thank you for listening.